Oh, hi there! This video is one big shout out to all the Sonic themed YouTubers I know, and you are all cool people and I wish you all the best. Now, comic books, they're an interesting media, right? Besides manga, have you ever read any comic books out there? Any of you? It's okay if you haven't, don't worry about it. So, did you know that Sonic had a comic book at one point? I'm completely being serious with you. Sonic at one point had a comic book done by the guys who did Archie and Riverdale. Before we do a deep dive into this, let me be clear on something real quick. The name Archie is associated with three different things that are all tied together. The name Archie is associated with both the comic book publishing company, the comic book series it was most well known for, and the main character of that comic book series it published besides Sonic the Hedgehog for decades. Wow, they must really like the name Archie. Pardon me, but I don't normally say this sort of thing. I don't envy the guys at Archie, because talking about this out loud reminds me of Who's On First. Abbott and Costello made that comedy routine very confusing, and now that I'm thinking about it, I want to know how the staff and the execs in the big fancy suits know which Archie the group is automatically talking about, because both the comic book series, the comic publishing company, and the comic mascot are all named Archie. Let's get back to Sonic, okay? This comic lasted 24 years and had 465 issues total. For almost 2 decades, this was considered Archie's highest selling comic it ever published. There were actually multiple attempts to publish this series in foreign countries. They were only able to publish them in France, Germany, and the UK, but none of them caught on. Also, you can only see this comic by reading scans online. This comic cannot be legally reprinted because Archie lost the rights to do so. Currently, IDW Comics owns the rights to publishing Sonic nowadays, and the only ways you can see this is if IDW would reprint the old license comic. I sadly have to say this, but IDW probably won't do that. There's a reason for this. There was a legal battle between Archie Comics and one of the former writers of this thing, and Sega had to get directly involved in it because the trial was so mismanaged. Oh, and Sega and Archie actually lost the trial somehow. Due to the sheer mismanagement of this trial, our legal system has 100% confirmed that the former writer of the Sonic comic can actually republish this comic, but Archie and Sega can't. Was this judge named Meatwad or Master Shake? This comic was actually rather weird and could get dark at times, but here, we're talking about one of the issues I remember today. I very vaguely recall this issue where Sonic winds up fighting Dr. Robotnik as per usual. Robotnik somehow vaporizes Sonic, but instead of spending an eternity in the great chili dog sand in the sky, Sonic winds up in some kind of virtual limbo. It turns out his entire life has been a video game up to this point, and 2 kids have been playing it. As Sonic discovers this, the kids leave for school. When they get back from school and decide to turn the video game system on, Sonic decides to emerge from the TV like he's the girl from the ring and drag the kids through the TV set into his virtual world. While the kids know who Sonic is, Sonic doesn't actually question any of this and thinks that they can help him defeat Robotnik. The kids are also weirdly okay with Sonic doing this to them, but then again, this is harmless, so let's continue. Using the kids' understanding of cheat codes, Sonic decides to revive himself and confronts Robotnik directly head on. Robotnik doesn't question that Sonic died moments ago, for reasons that only make sense to him, and eventually they somehow create some kind of interdimensional wormhole thing, which sends Robotnik, Sonic, and the kids into some kind of alternate reality. For reasons that only make sense to the writer, Robotnik in this reality winds up encountering several other Robotniks holding 2 men hostage. Sonic, the kids, and the unknown men are all put in the same cell together. While in the cell, they start talking to each other, and the strange men reveal the truth to Sonic the Hedgehog. It turns out, in the reality these men originated from, Sonic the Hedgehog is a fictional video game character that they themselves programmed, but for some reason they don't look like Naoto Oshima or Yuji Naka, and they don't even have Japanese names. They don't even look like those guys. They look more like the Beatles. Our protagonists are able to escape, because a lady in a Robotnik costume winds up carrying an explosive which blows open the cell door. She claims she was in the costume because she was advertising the latest game at the time, but the Robotniks abducted her because they thought she was another Robotnik. While Sonic and his team break out, Dr. Robotnik is planning on conquering other universes, but the other Robotniks are questioning why they should take orders from him. Sonic's team eventually makes it to the Robotniks, and before they could turn on Dr. Robotnik, Sonic gets to a control panel that the other Robotniks are using and types in a code in it that the kids give him. Somehow what Sonic does deactivates the other Robotniks. It's because Sonic used a cheat code, even though that cheat code was actually just the level select code. It doesn't work on Dr. Robotnik though, but he's outnumbered. So Sonic and Dr. Robotnik eventually go back to their other dimension, and everybody else goes back to their universes. And Sonic and Robotnik decide just to forget about this all happened. Which I would too. Anyway, you think they'll ever use this plotline in one of those Sonic the Hedgehog movies that are coming up? I'm just messing with you. Have a good rest of your day, okay? Bye!